Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning in to another Third Age Reforged battle. This was another subscribers battle replay submitted by John Wick, and he is playing as the Kingdom of Arnor, as you can see right here, looking very glorious. We've got some Arnor pikemen kind of here. He's kind of deployed up on this hill, and it is a 2v2 free-for-all, so I'd assume that he is going to be challenging one of the opponents, and then there will be kind of another 1v1 in another area of the map, and then kind of a final battle in the center. But yeah, he's kind of deployed here in a bit He's kind of deployed here in a bit of a defensive formation, and he's got a few units of these Dunedain Rangers. I think just 2 units of them. Let's see if I can get a good zoom in of them. There we are. And then he does have his catapult up on the ridge as well. And then he has a unit of Dunedain Troll Slayers here. So I guess this is an archer unit, but maybe they're better against large or something like that. And then he has 3 units of these Arnor Men-at-Arms. And then he's got some good cav too. He's got some Knights of Innuminos. And he's got some dismounted Dunedain Knights. Looks like 2 units of them with his General's Bodyguard. And not sure which one would be him. Possibly this guy in behind. Yeah, he looks pretty shiny. So I'm betting that is the general there. Let's take a look at these Dunedain Knights here. These guys are 2-handed. So really, really good in melee. And then he's got 2 units of these Arnor Militia here as well. So probably just a meat shield or maybe to plug up gaps that he sees he needs in the front lines of battle. So that's it for his army, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. The next army we have here is the Dwarves, and this is commanded by Rayo Nono. And he's got a mixed bag as well. He's kind of bringing, 1 or 2 units of different types of infantry. So he's got these Ironfoot halberds over here, kind of in the back. And then he's got some Ironfoot pikemen here. Looks like 1 or 2 units of them. And then he's got some Ironfoot warriors here. And he's got them kind of scattered in and amongst his ranks. Then he's got some Ironfoot guard. More Ironfoot warriors over here. He's got some Erebor infantry too. I love these guys. These guys look really cool. And he is bringing 1 unit of Ironfoot war goats as well. I think that a lot of people didn't really enjoy that the Dwarves didn't have any cavalry, so I think this was the answer to it, just giving them some war goats. And then zooming over here, we've got some guards of Khazad-dûm, and I believe the General's bodyguard is the guards of Khazad-dûm. You can see the General right there with his massive war hammer. More Erebor infantry over here. What do we got over here? More Ironfoot warriors. And in the front, he's just got his Ironfoot crossbows with a unit of Khazad orc hunters. So pretty solid army for the Dwarves. So without further ado, let's take a look at the next army. The next army we have here is the Haradrim tribe, and this is commanded by Batha. And he's also got a nice little hill defense here. You can see he's already deployed his stakes. He's got a couple of Southron archers here in the front lines. And then I think he has about 4 units of these Haradrim spearmen, which is just a standard spear. I'm sure it's just for the defensive strategy that it looks like he's going to be holding atop this hill. And then he's got a couple of units of these Muhad berserkers here. Looking pretty scary. We got some trollmen of Harad over here as well. More of the spears, like I had told you. We got some demons of the desert as well. I don't know how good these guys are in melee, but it looks like they got a some kind of two-handed bone weapon. Looks pretty formidable. And then we've got some dismounted serpent guard back here, and I would guess that this is probably his general. Maybe? I'm not exactly sure. And then he has some serpent guard on horseback, 2 units of them, which is really nice looking. I love the flags. Looks really cool. And we've got some more Muhad berserkers, more trollmen of Harad. We've got some Southron warband over here. Looks like they're more of a halberd unit. Not sure if they're halberd or spear. But that's pretty much his force. So he's got a nice little deployment up on this hill. You can see the Dwarves are down more in the valley over to the left. But let's go ahead and take a look at the final army. The final army in today's battle is the Isengard army, commanded by Grimbold, and I love Isengard. They just look so professional for an evil army. But he's got a really nice tiered approach as well. He's got some Dunladin clansmen in the front lines, which are 110% going to be a meat shield as they're way out front. And then there's a couple of units of Uruk-hai archers. And then in behind that, he's got some Uruk-hai raiders. So he's definitely tiering his units from worst to best. Right in behind that, he's got 4 units of these Uruk-hai infantry, which look really awesome. And then we've got 2 units of these guards of Orthanc. And then we have a Nazag-hai bodyguard, and his general is right back there. There he is, looking very awesome, hiding behind the trees. And the last thing that Grimbold has here is 2 units of Warg Riders. So that is the 4 armies. So without further ado, let's start the battle. Alright guys, welcome to the battlefield here, and as you can see, the Dwarves are moving over to challenge the Kingdom of Arnor up on this slope. Now, Harad, as you can see, is getting some cheeky shots with the catapult off onto the Dwarves, even though he's not even facing them. Getting one good hit there, but most of them missing. He is redeploying a lot of his forces over to that flank as well, because I think maybe he thinks he's going against the Dwarves. But that is not the case. As you can see, we've got the Uruk-hai Raiders moving quite quickly up this hill to challenge the Haradrim. And I just hovered over this unit of Hashari, a light infantry unit. I must have forgotten to show you that. But let's zoom over here, because it looks like we got some Serpent Guard actually coming forwards. Just sitting on top of this hill to let them know that, hey, yeah, this belongs to Harad. Looks like the Warg Riders are going to be moving forwards to challenge the Serpent Guard, but they will definitely lose. Yeah, actually, it looks like the Uruk-hai Raiders are getting some quick shots off on the Serpent Guard. And yeah, it looks like he's going to pull away, which is probably a smart move. You don't want to lose this very elite cavalry to Uruk-hai archers. And here come the Warg Riders to try and challenge them. I'm keeping watch over here. It doesn't look like anything's happening just yet, so I think the battle does start over here. So that's why I'm kind of hanging around. You can see that Grimbold does have quite a bit of his Uruk-hai infantry grouped up, though, so I think that Harad is trying to focus that with his catapult, which is pretty smart. But it looks like he has turned a lot of his infantry around, and now we've got the South Ron archers firing in against the Warg Riders, and it looks like the Dunladin clansmen are challenging this light infantry Hashari, but it almost looks like this Hashari is like an assassin unit with like 2-handed blades, so yeah, they're really not going to do too much damage. They're already shaken, so it's not looking good for them. However, Isengard has leveled the terrain advantage, so that's quite interesting. It looks like Harad has actually allowed them to come up the slopes here. But I'm not sure if these Uruk-hai Raiders are going to flank around the Hashari or not, but we've got the Southron Warband preparing for a charge against these Uruk-hai Raiders. Here we go. Nice charge into the Southron Warband. Now, the only thing is that they're going to be shot up quite a bit by the Southron archers, but he did the right thing and got in melee quickly enough that hopefully he won't lose too much. And the catapult is wasting its ammo on these Uruk-hai archers, so that is fine. Let's just jump over to this battle, because I would suspect that there is some movement over here. There is. So it looks like the Arnor militia have kind of formed up here. It looks like some Ironfoot warriors are going to challenge them. And we've got the Ironfoot pikemen. Looks like they're being protected by the Arnor militia, which is pretty smart. But we're also going to get our first clash here as well. There we go, charging into the Dwarves. Now, the Dwarves are only sending in 1 unit at a time. That's a little concerning. He's going to need to send in a little bit more than that. And a nice charge from the Knights of Anuminos into the Ironfoot warriors over here, doing a ton of damage, actually. Looks like the crossbows are being picked apart by the superior range of the rangers as well. But we've got some war goats actually going to be charging these men-at-arms here. That was a really solid charge, but the Knights of Inhabitants kind of came back to challenge them and actually encircle them so that they couldn't really escape. Looks like a few are going to, but they're going to be cut down as they try to pull out of that engagement. But yes, okay, so it looks like the Dwarves have pushed forwards more infantry into the fight, which is excellent to see. But yeah, the Arnor militia over here is going to be cut down, so it's good that he does follow it up with his pikes. And we've actually got some men-at-arms that are going to be flanking around here, but luckily Rayo was paying attention. He's got his Ironfoot halberds that he's going to push into the gap to try to stop them. Let's jump back over to this fight. This is what's hard in free-for-alls, is because there's two full battles going on at the same time. But yeah, it looks like the Warg Riders are being cut down by the Serpent Guard. They're both shaken, though, interestingly enough. But no surprise, the Uruk-hai Raiders have been destroyed. Uruk-hai Archers are now getting involved, and we do have some Uruk-hai Infantry here now. But again, a really thick blob, only challenging one unit of the Trollmen of Harad here.
Seems almost certain.
No, defeat is not certain. It's a free-for-all. Of course it's going to be a terrible balance of power. So if I was Botha here with the Serpent Guard, I would try to get my forces in and around this entire blob of infantry. Because actually, as it stands, it looks like Grimbold is actually retreating with a lot of his forces over here. He's pulling back his general, both of his units of the Guards of Orthanc, and all of his crossbows away from this fight. So he's basically leaving all of this infantry to fend for itself, which is a really interesting move. We'll see if that pays off for him. I think he is trying to spread out his Uruk-hai infantry now, but Botha is going to charge in his Southron warband to keep them as clumped up as possible. Oh, I'm rooting for Isengard over here. Come on, kill these Haradrim. It looks like the halberds are being pushed into the mix now, though. So that's going to be difficult for the Uruk-hai infantry to get through the halberds. Halberds always seem to have an advantage naturally over... sworded infantry just because of their reach. But, oh, some more good... rear charges by the one and only John Wick over here, surrounding this unit of Ironfoot Guard. So now they're fighting on both sides. They are still eager, though. The Dwarves are really hard to crack. And we've got the other unit of Knights of Innuminos over here going after some more Erebor infantry. We've got the Ironfoot Pikemen pushing forwards, and we got some Khazad Orc Hunters there. But it looks like the Dwarves have actually pushed most of their infantry in at this point. What do we got over here? Yeah, the halberds are fighting over on this flank, but we've got the Dunedain Knights in against them, so that's a pretty even matchup, I would say. Ooh, that sounded very close. Yeah, looks like we got some more cavalry pushing in here. I guess the Arnor men-at-arms are thinning out. They're only at 20 men. So the one and only John Wick really trying to keep his men in line with his general's bodyguard. He has to be careful, though, because it looks like there was some arrow fire coming towards his general.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Now, Rayo looks like he's trying to figure out the best position to put his pikemen. And it looks like he is actually winning on this flank. I think that's why John Wick is focusing most of his force, or most of his cavalry over onto this side. But we've got some Erebor infantry charging here. It looks like the Knights of Innuminos were trying to get a charge, but it was just not good enough to knock any of the Dwarves down. And this is really what the Dwarves need, is to get rid of this very elite cavalry. They are down to 15 men, but they are only warmed up. But over here, we've also got some more Knights of Innuminos really harassing the Ironfoot crossbows. And in the distance, you can see up on the hill, we've got the Haradrim catapult firing down. So let's go see how far the Isengard forces have pulled back here. So it looks like they pulled over to this hill. He's got 2 units of crossbows, 2 units of guards of Orthanc, and his general's bodyguards still left. But
We've lost half of our men.
I would be pretty surprised if any of the Uruk-hai infantry were still fighting. If they are fighting, it looks like they're fighting to the death. Yeah, so that is unfortunate to see. Oh, there we go. Those troll men just really slaughtering these Uruk-hai. And there we go. That is the last of the Uruk-hai infantry. So, yeah, a tactical retreat, but leaving most of his forces to die like that. I guess that does kind of force Harad into pushing forwards, but he also has these archers and the catapult. And they are going to be targeting the guards of Orthanc. Luckily, he does have them in loose formation, which is good. Oh, actually, they're targeting the crossbows. The guards of Orthanc are still pretty healthy. We'll keep an eye on that battle, but I want to focus on this dwarven fight here. Yeah, a lot of the Arnor... It's basically the Arnor militia here with the Arnor pikemen that are just holding back the dwarves. But we've also got the Ironfoot pikemen in here now. And what do we got? Looks like we got the catapult crew coming down as well off the hilltop. Now, I'm not sure what else there is. It looks like the Dunedain Troll Slayers are very much alive and victorious on this flank. Here we go. We've got some more Knights of Innuminos pushing forwards. The Dwarves do see that and push their Ironfoot guard back, and it looks like the Knights of Innuminos are just going to turn right around and go into the Ironfoot crossbows. However, there is another unit of Ironfoot pikemen here, but the General's bodyguard is busy just slaughtering these Khazad orc hunters. So yeah, I think that John Wick is going to be victorious on this flank, only because he has more infantry at this point. The Troll Slayers are now over here fighting the Ironfoot Guard, and yeah, there is a nice charge into the back of the Ironfoot pikemen. That's really going to disrupt their formation. How are we looking over here? Oh, and it looks like Harad has just actually gone in for the fight. But now they're facing off against the Guards of Orthanc, which is a very, very tough unit. That is the elite of the elite for Isengard. And I do believe that the Guards of Orthanc are actually humans. Yes, they are. So they are the original guards of the White Tower. And what do we got over here as well? We got the bodyguard in over here, fighting against the Haradrim spearmen. They are shaken in the sight of these berserker Uruk-hai, trying to find where his general would be. Where are you, General? Must be here somewhere. Oh, there he is. There he is, right at the back. He's going to save this unit of Orthanc here.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their
Oh,
men.
and there go the crossbows as well, firing on the units that are retreating. So Harad actually may have bit a little bit... Well, actually, I say that. I was going to say he may have bit off a little more than he could chew, but he's actually got his Southron warband into the Uruk-hai crossbowmen. But the interesting thing is that they are still shaken in the face of fighting crossbows. So that is not a good sign for Harad. A lot of his units are very tired from fighting for so long. However, Isengard, again, only has these 2 units here. And the Demons of the Desert actually fighting now against the Uruk-hai General. Oh, there we go. General's getting some kills. Nice. Way to go. And yeah, here we go. Unit of Haradrim Spearmen returning from routing is being sent back into the battle, but in the face of this bodyguard, I don't think they're going to be able to do too much damage. Let's zip back over to the Dwarves side. Well, the Dwarf men's side, I should say. Let's see what else we got. Still got some of these units fighting. I think this is the Guards of Khazad-dûm, though. Yes, it is. They're down to 20 men. They're eager, even though they're exhausted. Oh, and there's the general for the Dwarves as well. There he is. Right at the back there, facing off against some pikemen.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Oh. There we go. So there's Harad's general down. So it looks like that tactical retreat actually may pay off for the Isengard player, Grimbold. Which is very, very interesting. And if you guys can't see way in the distance, we've got a lot of routing from the Haradrim now that their general has been slain. But I'm kind of keeping an eye on this Dwarven general here because I want to see if he's going to die or not. Or at least if he can get a couple kills against these Arnor men-at-arms. Wow. Yep, just knocked that guy in the stomach and killed him. But it looks like the bodyguards are still well and alive. And I think that's it for the Dwarves as well. So, yeah, this must be a victory for John Wick, at least on this side. The Dwarves did fight hard, but I think that John Wick used his cav really effectively, and that's what was able to kind of turn the tide there. And now he's surrounded by these troll slayers. Oh, there he goes.
To ride to war on a pony.
That will teach him to ride to war on a pony. Okay. So yeah, I think that's really it for the first engagement. So Arnor coming out on top there. His army is, I'd say depleted by about half. And then on this side, Harad, I think, has pretty much finished. The Guards of Orthanc really just finishing off the last of the Haradrim. Got some fighting over here. We got the Southron Warband taking out the crossbows. They're still shaken, but they're still fighting, which is a good sign. But here come the Guards of Orthanc to change that. And that should most definitely break this last unit from Harad. There's the Isengard rally as well. And that's pretty much it. So there is going to be one final battle. I'm just going to make a cut because, as you can see, I'm sure that they're going to want to rest their forces before they have the final battle. So I'll see you guys for the final phase. Alright guys, welcome back. I actually didn't need to make too much of a cut because the one and only John Wick, he didn't rest his forces at all, really. I guess most of them are fresh. These pikes are exhausted, but he's charged them right in against Isengard. Even though the balance of power is not yet in his favor, these Guards of Orthanc, they are pretty solid. The only thing is that they're pretty much surrounded at this point. And we've got the General's Bodyguard over here trying to go after the Uruk-hai crossbows, but we've got the Guards of Orthanc trying to zone them out. And interestingly enough, Harad is not done yet. He's regrouped his forces over here, so we've kind of got a 1v1v1 going on. And he's going to try to capitalize on Isengard now that a lot of them are being tied up in the battle against Arnor, but then Arnor is also helping out by taking out this unit of Southron Warband with his general's bodyguard. He is going to have to be pretty careful with that, though. If he loses his general, it's probably going to be GG for him. But yeah, we've got this Arnor militia fighting against the Guards of Orthanc. Here comes a side flank from some of the Hashari shadows. So yeah, just everyone fighting everyone at this point, but it's a really, really close battle, actually. And here we go. It looks like the flankers are about to be flanked by some Dunedain Troll Slayers. The Guards of Orthanc are still fighting. Defeat is almost certain for them, though. And then we've got some dismounted Dunedain Knights fighting against the Southron Warband. And we got some Trollmen of Harad fighting against some dismounted Athadain Knights. But yeah, it looks like a lot of Harad's forces are breaking pretty quickly just due to the fact that their general no longer exists. And here comes a nice charge from the Arnorian general into the back of the Troll Slayers. And there goes some of the Southron Warband breaking as well. Oh, but there goes the general.
Chances of victory with it.
Yeah, that could be your chances of victory. I think the only general left is the Isengard general, wherever he is. Is he down here? Yes, he is down here. There he is, actually. He's right at the back. So Isengard's general still lives. And yeah, I think the Guards of Orthanc, they're just spread too thin at this point. They've only got 19 men. They've been fighting an entire Haradrim army up until a few minutes ago.
The battle seems to be swinging in our
But
favor.
there we go. It looks like it's actually moving into the one and only John Wick's favor. It looks like he's trying to finish off the last of these crossbows, which ended with the flag bearer. We've got one lone crossbow over here, though. I think he's the only one left. Yes, he is. And it looks like he's going to reload his bow. Try to get one more kill. But we've got the Dunedain Troll Slayers in against this Southron Warband, who has returned from routing like for the 5th or 6th time, which is pretty crazy. But, oh yeah, they're getting... Oh, leg sweep. Oh, there you go. Oh, one more for good measure. Yeah, I don't think he's getting back up. And I also don't think that they're going to be returning at this point. So there we go. We got the Troll Slayers just charging down the mountainside. What do we got here? The Guards of Orthanc down to 6 and the Bodyguard down to 13. And where is the General? He is right at the back still. Like a true Auric General, but the back lines are no longer safe because here comes the Troll Slayers. Are they going to charge, or are they just going to watch? Come on, come on. Finish this, Arnor. Here we go. Nice charge into the General there, but not before he gets a kill against one of the Arnorian archers. Oh, he's pretty bloodied up. He's pretty banged up at this point. Yeah, there he goes.
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, so... Oh. Yeah, I think that Harad's general was already dead. I thought that's what it showed before. I'm pretty sure. Might just be a glitch. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, that last trollman has been slain. So I think that's it for Harad. And I think that all that's fighting now is this general's bodyguard, maybe? Or no, I think that's it. I think that's it. So yeah, the one and only John Wick actually coming out victorious here. There we go. There's the end result. So well done to you, sir. That was very, very close indeed. And he actually had to challenge Grimbold and what was left of Botha's force after defeating the dwarves. So well done. There's his kills. He actually didn't get the most kills though, which was surprising. The Harad, or no, actually Isengard did against Harad with 2,181 kills. But Harad also sneaking a couple kills against the dwarves from John Wick. But let's just go ahead and see who inflicted the most casualties. 210, 202, 127. So that was really good with his cavalry there. But 226 by these troll slayers. I think that's probably the highest. Yep, looks like. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this Third Age Reforged battle. I probably won't put up Third Age Reforged battles very often. It's only once in a while. But if you guys have any good replays to send me, I will definitely put them up on the channel, and your support in sending me the replays is greatly appreciated. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one.